Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Six Man Blitz. I'm Jake Lynch. The best weekend of football we have ever watched in our lives.
Hands down.
Hey, and it's still going on. Football is still this weekend, so I'm blessed we got to saw that weekend of football, man. Nothing better than some playoff football.
What's up, everybody? I'm Micah. Hey, if you have a small business or if you have your own business, you got to conduct that shit right. My girl had an appointment with her lash tech, working forever with this lash tech. And apparently her grandma just died, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, we got to reschedule. I'm mourning, right? But the thing about this is she said, she gave a deposit to her $20, but it came down to it. She can't get her deposit back because it's non-refundable. But this lady never told her it was non-refundable. So is it messed up for my girl to ask for her money back, even though the girl, grandma died? What you think?
It can go either way, because did her grandma actually die or
she's dead.
Oh, she is? All right, so then I don't know if you asked for the money, but it could have been one of those things like where she didn't die, she's just trying to run up a bag,
No, and the thing is, like, the lash tech girl, she's saying, like, I can't give you this money back. You have to wait until I'm done, mourning with my family and stuff for me to get you done later in February or something like that. So she's like, this girl it's only her and her business. That makes sense. There's no manager, there's no policies, there's none of this. So there's no rules saying you can't get refunds back, none of that. So this is her own doing.
Hey, that's the perks of a small business though.
You get to say how it goes. So I mean, but give her a refund back.
I stand with Jocelyn. But welcome, everybody, to Six Man Blitz. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about the divisional round playoffs. I'm going to be breaking down the two games. So I'll be talking about Aaron Rodgers. Did he play his last game in Green Bay? I sure hope so. Is Tom Brady going to retire? James Harden free agency rumors. And then we're going to talk about the coaching carousel. Sean Payton retired. Bears get their new guy. Broncos get their new guy. And, when everybody's hear this, there might be a new Jaguars coach. There might be a new Raiders coach. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and it's kind of a great time for football because we get a lot of news and games are so good right now. So we've got a great show for you guys today. Mike is in a different location, man. On a little vacay. We're in a little vacay, so but make sure to subscribe to Six Man Blitz on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. The boys are on there, man. Best believe, give us a 5-star rating, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Download our episode to that plus button next to the sign. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. We got a new series coming out. We've been posting videos. So I'm doing my draft report, coming out with prospect, breaking them down. Mike is doing his keys to the off season. So he's going to be coming out a lot of videos. Yeah, I got the keys. Coming out with videos for each team right now. He's got the Patriots and Jets up, and by the time the episode comes out, the Ravens too. So definitely go check those out. Those been booming, man. A little boom. So
a little boom.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Six Man Blitz. Help us go a long way. You got anything else before we head into it?
Let's get into it, man.
Let's get into it.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
All right, welcome back to the show. Start off right away with Aaron Rodgers. Sad to see 49ers beat the Packers. Just kidding, of course. We all saw this coming. Not sad at all. We all saw the Packers going to choke in the playoffs anyway. Happened year in, year out. Nobody's surprised by this, but do you think Aaron Rodgers played his last game in Green Bay?
I mean, it's setting up like he just did because you think of his offensive coordinator going to the Broncos as a head coach. We're probably going to get into that later. But that move is like the paintings on the wall. Aaron Rodgers, in his press conference after the game, talking about, the uncertainty and all this stuff. But he usually does this shit.
It's the same thing every offseason.
He usually does this shit. Yeah. But, hey, I'm all for it. I want that man out of Green Bay. Green Bay with Jordan Love? Think about it. I want to see that shit.
I want to see that, especially after what I saw after the Chiefs game.
And think about it, though. A new coaching system, whatever, the Bears head coach, he brings in a good offensive mind to work with Fields. Justin Fields probably the best quarterback in the NFC North now.
Did Jared Goff die?
Oh.
Bro, what did Justin Fields show in year one that's better than Jared Goff right now? What did Justin Fields show in year one that's better than Kirk Cousins?
I'm just saying, Jared Goff was about to lose his spot to Tim Boyle. If Tim Boyle showed the Lions something, he was about to lose his spot.
I don't think Jared Goff's better than him, but I do think Kirk Cousins is still better right now. And that's just he had more experience. He's been in more games. But Justin Fields in 2-3 years will obviously be better than Kirk Cousins. Probably next year, probably better than him. But hey, this NFC is looking pretty uncertain right now. Packers always have their drama going on. Vikings don't know what's going on over there. They don't even have a head coach yet. Lions are on the come up, but it's interesting NFC North right now.
Dude, this could be like you lose Aaron Rodgers. It's probably going to be one of the worst divisions in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Where do you see Aaron Rodgers going, though, if he were to leave?
I know. I'm thinking Denver, number 1 landing spot, and then number 2, I think the Steelers. I think him with Mike Tomlin, that is a great place for him to go. This is all about culture, all about winning. And I think Mike Tomlin will let him do what he wants to do on offensive line because I think those two, that pairing will work very well together.
The thing with me, though, I don't see him going to the AFC. The AFC is loaded right now with quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. How could you watch the AFC divisional round with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes say, yeah, I think I should go to the Steelers. Yeah, I should go to the Broncos. Same division as Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert.
Shit, even Joe Burrow beating the Titans, beating like that AFC, I agree with you. It is loaded. But with the NFC teams, it's hard because he definitely should stay in the NFC teams. But what NFC teams you see him going to possibly as a destination?
I could see him staying in the division and going to the Minnesota Vikings. I think that's not
straight Brett Favre shit, huh?
Exactly. I'm thinking might as well follow in the footsteps of Brett Favre. Go to the Vikings. They have Dalvin Cook. They have Justin Jefferson, who's top 5 receiver in the league right now. He has Adam Thielen. Maybe Devontae joins him over free agency.
No, I think wherever he goes, Devontae's going to go too, bro. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's no other team in the NFC, maybe football team. I don't know about that. That's a little shaky. The Saints do make a good argument too, though. It depends on who's the head coach.
Yeah, who's gonna coach them?
And like the whole cap situation and everything. But the Saints do make a lot of sense too. They always had a good quarterback, Drew Brees. They've been rich.
In New Orleans is hot too.
Exactly. So I could see those two. I think the Vikings make the most sense. Nobody's talking about the Vikings.
Nobody's talking about that. I have not heard about that yet.
But you sent me an interesting thing earlier. Nick Wright was saying Aaron Rodgers to the Bucs.
Dude, I've actually been hearing this more than the Steelers, more than the Broncos. That's what all they've been talking about is a possible replacement for Tom Brady if he retires. It makes sense.
It makes sense, but that's just crazy to me, bro. Like how could you see Aaron Rodgers taking over Tom Brady? And I mean, let's get into Tom Brady right now. I don't see him retiring. There's no way I see him retiring.
And you think about it, he put up some of his best numbers his whole career.
In his last year.
And he's just gonna retire after that?
And you gotta think about it like this. He doesn't have the same chemistry with Tyler Johnson and some of these other receivers that he had with Godwin and unfortunately, Antonio Brown. If they would have had Antonio Brown, they might have won the game, but you gotta think about it. Down the stretch, they were banged up. They had all the linemen hurt, Tristan Wirfs and Jensick, and then Godwin out for the year was just instrumental, and their DB core was banged up the whole year, and they really didn't have anybody to guard Cooper Kupp. And then you leave Cooper Kupp one-on-one. Winfield, he's one of the boys, man. He went to school with your brother, but you can't leave him. You can't leave Cooper Kupp one-on-one with any safety in the league. I don't care who it is. You can't leave the leading receiver in the NFL one-on-one with a safety.
That was a bad play call.
Yeah,
by
definitely.
The defense on Tampa Bay.
After that, Todd Bowles, they said any head coach on it, they said, "Nah, we good. Nah, we'll think about it.
We'll go in a different direction."
Think about it though. Is that not true?
I haven't heard about him since.
Is he still a defensive coordinator?
Yeah. You could get some defensive coordinator opportunities, but not head coach.
Maybe some DP coach. I'm not even DP. Be a linebacker coach or something. But there's no way I see Tom Brady retiring right now. Like you say, put him on his best numbers. They were just battled and beaten up the whole way. And do they even beat this 49er team right now? Do they beat the Chiefs again? It's not looking. It didn't look like it. It didn't look like it, and they barely advanced. And the Eagles even had put up 15 points on them. They didn't look real dominant against the Eagles, and the Eagles went 9-8. So
and I'm as a sports fan, like thinking about it, I don't want to see a league without Tom Brady yet. Even with all the young quarterbacks, like I don't want to see Tom Brady go.
I don't want to see a league without Tom Brady, and I hate to say LeBron James. I mean, it's getting to that where one of the
we're feeling old as fuck, bro, because
we are
dominated all our life.
They have, and I'm not one of the biggest LeBron fans out there, but when LeBron retires, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be because who's gonna be the best player right there?
It's gonna be crazy.
Think about this. This is a little going off topic. We thought Zion was going to be the next LeBron, and when LeBron retired, we thought Zion was going to be the best player in the league. And look at that right there.
Hey, he needs a better position, though. He needs to get in a better spot for him. New Orleans is fucking him up.
Is that definitely – the food is too good down there.
It is. Trust me, if you go to New Orleans, it's too good. And whatever happened in Zion, you would understand.
Oh, yeah. I definitely got to experience that food down there. And just the culture down there in New Orleans is looking good, but – stay in the NBA talk, the association. James Harden rumors have been heating up that he doesn't want to play for the Nets after this season and talking about free agency. I think it's a little weird timing that is happening right now.
Definitely weird. The trade deadline coming up.
Yeah, it's a little sus that it's coming out right now.
It's just like I think they're fake because like why would they break it up, right? I mean, right when they're getting healthier, things are clicking, things are getting better. But I mean, with the drama with Kyrie, but
that's why I see it. That's why I see it like going downhill. Kyrie,
with the drama with Kyrie, the vac and all that shit.
Having one of your best players not available for every game, I would kind of be mad too. But you got to think about it. Harden and KD, that's the 1-2 right there. But not having your third, one of the best point guards of all time, arguably. That is tough. That definitely does hurt your team.
And Harden is not playing at his best yet.
No.
This is one of his worst years.
Yeah, but you got to think about it though. He had the ball in his hands all the time in Houston, and he didn't have everybody around him for a while. I mean, PJ Tucker was playing the center for a while, so you got to think about it. Obviously, he's gonna have his down year, especially with KD averaging 30 points per game and putting up huge numbers. MVP conversation. But, yeah, James Harden has to play good. And defensively, it's one of the worst defensive players right now.
Now, would you trade him, though, if you're the Nets organization?
Thing is, though, I don't know if I trade him right now because what are you going to get back from him? There's been a lot of good trades from the Sixers, though.
And they've dodged every one of them.
They've been dodging them. They don't want to trade in a Philly, which makes sense, though. You don't want Harden in a B. You don't want to play Harden in a B.
Bro. That would be dominant.
That would be dominant.
But in free agency, I think that's where he's going to go, though. That's his number one spot.
That just makes the most sense. That makes the most sense, man. And Joel Embiid, like you said last episode, on pace to win MVP. And now
you've been seeing what he's doing?
This last week, I've been like, okay, Micah, okay. Boy's getting right. So I definitely can see that happening, but just it's kind of a weird time in that the rumors start heating up, but I don't blame him though.
Yeah, I would be tired of that shit too, man.
Yeah, it sucks, but hey, if he wanted to go to the Sixers though, the Heat are always an option for him. There's some good options for him, but what if he went to the Lakers though? James Harden free agency.
I would be pissed, bro.
Dude, I would be so mad, bro. I'd be blown.
Russ would
they get rid of Russ.
They get rid of Russ, AD, LeBron, even LeBron at whatever age he's at, he's still having he still have a better year than next year because he's just getting younger.
Yeah, exactly.
So him, AD, Harden, but their bench would probably be terrible.
Oh yeah, I mean the benches haven't always been good with LeBron because he stacks the team and whatnot. But you get some guys that come out of nowhere like the Carusos and the THTs of the world.
Hey, remember Mike Miller?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get Mike Miller, you get Bird, you get Birdman. There's so many like historical guys that came off the bench for LeBron's teams, and I mean, shit, Richard Jefferson even. I mean, he was there for a little bit, and
you see his TikToks. His
TikToks are funny. People be roasting him. He's a good follow on TikTok. But now let's get into the coaching carousel. Back to the NFL. Let's start off with Sean Payton. Sean Payton retired. There's rumors of him going to Amazon, and he's going to get a bag at Amazon.
Dude, have you seen some of the fans talking about, I will take Kevin James for a year if that means I get Sean Payton the next year?
Bro, that's crazy that the Sean Payton Kevin James movie comes out the same week he dips.
He might be in it. He might actually have an appearance in it other than Kevin James. But the Amazon thing is interesting because
it is.
Hey, with sports getting bigger and bigger, Amazon making that move, that shit, the rich is just getting richer.
It is. And Amazon, they're going to get the Sunday ticket. I'm not sure this year, next year. They're going to get it eventually, so they're trying to ramp up and get the best of the best. But I'm hearing rumors that Sean Payton, he's going to do the year, get a bag, and then just leave, go back to the NFL and coach. Shit. And you know where he's going to go?
Cowboys?
You know he's going to go to the Cowboys. It sucks because Mike McCarthy – he can feel Sean Payton behind him. He can feel the burden on his back, and it's gonna be there the whole year. Everyone's anytime Cowboys lose, they're coming after McCarthy. We should have got Sean Payton, this and that. He's already fired, pretty much.
Yeah,
he's already fired. I mean, this year
he better have a backup. You gotta have a house somewhere where you gotta go because this shit is getting there.
Yeah, he better have a Jimmy G here. He better have Jimmy G. I mean. We'll talk about Jimmy G later, but before the playoffs, Jimmy G's done. Jimmy G is done with the 49ers. I don't know, man. I don't know, but so he needs to have that come out of nowhere kind of year where they just win no matter what. Because them losing first round of the playoffs when they have this good offense, a little alarming.
I don't see it happening. I think they're gonna regress next year. Think about it. Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore are both probably gonna be gone, and that's probably the reason why they got so much success this year. Yeah, is having those good coordinators. So it's not looking good for McCarthy, man. But even make it to the bye week.
But what if there's a world where they both stay? Moore and Quinn.
Kellen Moore might stay, but I think Dan Quinn's gonna get a job somewhere.
Yeah, I think so too. And he definitely should, man. I mean, he was a great coach for the Falcons when they went to the Super Bowl and LOB world and the Seahawks. So definitely think he should get a job somewhere. Hackett to the Broncos, that opens up a lot of things. And you needed a offensive coach in that division. You got the Raiders and Derek Carr. Not sure what's happening there. They just interviewed Josh McDaniels. So that's definitely an interesting opening or whatnot.
That is like I didn't understand it when I saw the news report come out. They're doing all these interviews. Just get the guy that they had in at the interim. Just get him back. That's really all you got to do, man. That's all. Probably the whole locker room is waiting for them to just do that.
Right. It doesn't make any sense. You're going to lose the locker room if they don't bring in the right guy. But, I mean, you got to look at that division. Staley and Herbert, Reed and Mahomes. So that job is – Vic Fangio, it's not his fault that they went that bad. He just he did more than I thought he
exactly.
He just happened to swing and miss on Drew Lock, and it was over. When you have the worst quarterback in the division, it's hard to win games, and saw that year in, year out. So it's hard to win when you got Patrick Mahomes and you got another.
No, think about it though, bro. If you bring in Aaron Rodgers for the Broncos. He's not the best quarterback in that division.
No.
Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. That's crazy to think.
That's why I don't think Aaron Rodgers should go to the Broncos. It makes a lot of sense to have a roster win right away, but bro, if they lose once to the Chiefs, they're the wild card team, right? I mean, pretty much. So, and then you got Eberflus to the Bears. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, Matt Eberflus. We've been going.
Think anybody has said his name right?
Yeah, nobody really knows yet. We've been going back and forth trying to figure out the name. I'm glad we got him. I'm glad everyone's talking about defensive coach. We need somebody with Justin Fields. I don't think it matters really. I don't. Dan Quinn not Dan Quinn, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. I think that's probably one of the biggest ones. They had a young quarterback, Russell Wilson. They had a defensive coach in Pete Carroll, Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert. There's a lot of defensive coordinators that get head coaching jobs that are offensive coordinators. And people don't realize that. They're like, you got to get one for a young coach, a young quarterback. Not necessarily.
No, and you think about it, without the young quarterback and all that stuff, defensive coordinators defensive-minded coaches had success. Think about the Bears, one of their best coaches that they've had, Lovie Smith. He brought them to the Super Bowl. Like, that's all, and without an offense, not without a quarterback like Justin Fields, but sometimes it don't take that. Just bring in the right offensive mind at OC and you're good.
Yeah, the OC's Pep Hamilton. You talked about Pep Hamilton on the show before.
Very high on him.
Very high. You're very high. That's your guy. So if we got a guy like Pep Hamilton, Joe Brady, if we got a young offensive coach, then we'll be fine. The Bears will be fine. There's no way around it. But Bears fans mixed, to say the least.
It's hard because with the expectations, Bears fans have sometimes, it's hard, man. It's hard to hit. And you saw the 3 finalists we had out of Dan Quinn, Jim Caldwell. This guy is just
it's tough. It is tough. And when those 3 are you're down to 3, and it's those guys. But it is what it is. We might have a Bears insider on next week to talk about that. So we're gonna have the breakdown of everything. Brian Dable is the favorite to go to the Miami Dolphins? Do you think this is a smart decision by him?
I don't think it is.
I don't think so at all.
That is so much dysfunction down there. I think you got to deal with Tua, and if you don't have him play good, that looks bad on you, even if he's not as good as what everybody says. It's just a lot with that. I think the Giants is a better position for him to come in. You got your GM, some guy you have familiarity with, and I think that's a better spot for him. Dolphins, I think pretty much any good coach should stay away from them.
And you got to think about the Dolphins, like we just said about the Broncos. You got the Bills, Josh Allen. You got Patriots, Mac Jones. And then, you got the Jets. They're coming up.
They had that 1 week where you bet on, where you go for them.
Yeah. And then, they had a good rookie class. They got a new coach, but I would stay away from the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are a no-go. But there's some other interesting jobs out there. We're not talking about everyone, but I think that wraps up the coaching carousel. We'll talk about coaching carousel next week when we get more news on it. But Bears got their guy at head coach. Now let's get into these conference games. I keep saying divisional, but conference championship games. We're gonna start AFC, NFC.
AFC, man.
AFC. All right, let's go. Bengals, Chiefs. The Chiefs are the first team to host 4 straight AFC or just conference championship games in a row. So that's huge. But who you got in this game?
I got to go with the Bengals in this game because Joe Burrow is our last hope at stopping TikToks from Jackson Mahomes. It's the last hope. But I think, if you look at it, if Joe Burrow beats Patrick Mahomes, is he better than Josh Allen? Is that? Can we say that?
That's an interesting argument, though.
And is he the best quarterback in the NFL? Because first 2 years, you take your team to the playoffs. Because think about it, the first year he tore his ACL, so he didn't even finish the season. First full season,
bro. And you got to think about it. If he goes to the Super Bowl, he's gonna be the better quarterback there. He's got Jimmy G and Matt Stafford. He's the best quarterback. AFC quarterback in the Super Bowl is the best quarterback in the Super Bowl.
I take that, yeah. And I think Zach Taylor, man. Give him some credit. Shit. Yeah. Now, but who you got in this game?
Chiefs, man. I don't know how anybody can watch those 13 seconds and pick against the Chiefs. That was insane. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know how anybody can go against the Chiefs after watching what just happened and just the win probability going up and down. But you got to look at Week 17 when the Chiefs and Bengals played. The Bengals won. Jamar Chase had 230 yards. There's no way he's going to have a game like that again. There's no ways that I have a game
Chiefs
close to
secondary
that.
is terrible, though.
Chiefs secondary is terrible.
Tyrann Mathieu had a concussion, too, so that's something to look out for,
That
too.
definitely is something to look out for, but there's no ways that I had 230. Stephon Diggs didn't even have 10 yards. And the fact that they played the first time and Tyreek Hill had 40 yards, Travis Kelce had 25, their two best players had 65 total yards, that's not going to happen again. The Bengals aren't going to lock down Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce the way they did the first time. I just don't see this happening again. Too many people are on the Bengals right now. Everyone likes Joe Burrow and, Bayou Bengals and Jamar Chase. And too many people are on them. I got to go the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs here in this game, but it's going to be a good game. I like both these teams. Very high scoring, like I said earlier. I like the Chiefs.
I like the Bengals in this one because simply how they have the formula to beat the Chiefs. The performance they came out, everybody had the Titans beating them, and they came out and handled the business. Rookie kicker handled business. Yep. Joe Burrow, something about this team gives me confidence in them. They have battled a lot of adversity. Going against the Chiefs is a tough task, but I think we know what they've done this year. They can do it. But the only thing that worries me is that this Chiefs defensive line, although they're not good as the Titans, getting sacked 9 times in a game,
yep.
This Bengals, I hope they clean that shit up.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow can't take 9 sacks.
Joe Burrow cannot take 9 sacks. But the thing is, the Chiefs only sacked Joe Burrow 4 times in the first meeting.
That's crazy.
So
the Titans had that in the first quarter.
Right. So if you can only get sacked 4 times, it's gonna be good for the Bengals. But I like if I were to have a team to beat the Chiefs, it would be the Bengals though. But I do like the AFC coming out and winning the Super Bowl. I think we are very confident in saying that unless something crazy happens.
If the Bengals meet the 49ers or even the Rams, I'm not giving the Bengals a nod for the Super Bowl win. Because both of those defensive lines and front sevens are nasty.
That's facts. That's facts.
And we've seen that defensive line single-handedly beat the Packers along with, special teams.
That's facts. That's facts. I didn't think of that. But now let's go to NFC. We're split on this one, but we have the same. We both have the Niners in this one, right?
Yes, I'm taking the Niners, man.
All right, so I'm taking the Niners. Sean McVay has never beat Kyle Shanahan before. But it's hard to beat a team, not just twice, 3 times in the same season.
It's hard, but you think about it.
It's doable.
Kyle Shanahan hasn't lost yet.
Yeah, so obviously it's doable. They played 6 times,
but not in the same. Obviously 3 times in the same season. He hasn't done that yet. But Kyle Shanahan, something about this guy, man. He always comes up with the best game plan, no matter what. Offensively, they had some struggles in the Packers game, but when it came down to it, that final drive to get that field goal, offensively, they made the right plays. Jimmy G made some good throws to Kittle, Deebo Samuel. That 3rd and 9 run to Deebo Samuel, that was a good play call because obviously, it paid off.
The thing, though, about the Niners, though, they are a little banged up. You saw Kittle late in the game and Deebo go down. So, it is what it is. But they both have great front sevens. They both can, run the ball whenever they want. They can open it up vertically down the field. But Jimmy G, he's a winner, man. Jimmy G, he's a winner, man.
No matter what, man, he wins. He can do nothing in the game and will win.
No, yeah. And the thing is, he wasn't even playing that good. I mean, he only had 9 throws at halftime, and everybody's calling for Trey Lance, and it was crazy. I never seen somebody.
Hey, you were calling for Trey Lance.
I was calling for Trey Lance. I was. You know me. I got them Twitter fingers. I was calling for Trey Lance. It would have been way more interesting, but the Niners want to be here without that block punt.
True.
But I do think this is going to be an interesting game, just because they've played both times before, and Cooper Kupp has kind of got, shrunken down. He hasn't had these big games like he's had, but he hasn't had these quiet games. He's had kind of in the middle both times they played, and I think Cooper Kupp's going to be a huge role for the Rams, like how he is every week. But Niners know what to do against Cooper Kupp.
And do you know what's interesting? The 49ers have played 2 different game strategies in both of the games they played. First game, run the ball, dominate the game, dominate possession, get turnovers. Second game, they were a little down. They had to come back from 17, I believe, And they different strategy. Jimmy G was throwing the ball. Deebo Samuel was out there making plays. So I think I'm interested to see what they come out with in this game, whether it's, running the ball the whole game or, letting Jimmy G throw or not letting him throw at all. I'm excited to see what Kyle Shanahan does.
I just don't know how you can see that Niners have two different game plans and win both games and not still pick the 49ers. They can do either one and it looks like to work out for them. But both have Niners in this one. Hopefully, good football. Hopefully it's not blowouts. But it's hard to have good football after what we saw last weekend. That was insane.
Nothing touched what I saw last week.
No, nothing. Nothing's like that's gonna happen ever again. And while we're recording this, the All-Star lineups just came out for NBA.
Okay.
You want me to read them off right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, East, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
But Giannis.
Okay.
Embiid.
Of course.
DeRozan.
Best man in the league.
DeRozan.
Okay.
Trae Young.
Okay.
For the West, LeBron James, Jokic, Steph Curry, Morant. Can you guess the last one?
No, bro, I was torn on the last one because when I was voting, I was like, all right, those four for the West deserve to be, Morant, Curry, Jokic, those guys. Like I was set on them, but I didn't know who to pick for the last one.
Who do you think it is?
Shit, I said Paul George, and he hasn't even played.
Nah.
Who is it?
Andrew Wiggins.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is like NBA fan voted, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Wiggins was still gonna be an all-star though. It's just he shouldn't be starting,
No.
Bro, everyone's coming for his neck. All these Twitter things like Wiggins, like you just said right there. So
Canadians are deep, man.
Yes, they are, man. But that's all we got. What you got for closing remarks, man?
Now, we're recording this episode on Thursday, but it's going to be coming out on Friday. Happy birthday to the GOAT, man. J. Cole, man. My hero. I love you so much, man. January 28th. Such a classic song. People saying happy birthday to J. Cole already. And I'm like, it's tomorrow. Come on, man. But, we all get it. January 28th. Hey, he's the best rapper of all time, I think. I'm going to say that right now. Give him his flowers while he's still here. But
give him his flowers. Yes, sir.
Hey, your segment, but that's all I got.
My closing remark, North Central, we lost our head coach, Coach Thorne. He decided to go to Western Michigan. Knew something was up when he called a 7 a.m. meeting, but, happy for him, happy that he's going to Western Michigan and doing his thing over there. Sucks to see him go, but happy for Coach Spencer getting the head coach job. Offense coordinator here, he recruited me out of high school. Went to the same high school I did. So proud of Coach Spencer. Pumped for him. He said he's going to come on the podcast. So
gotta interview him now.
Got to interview him now. So hopefully we can get him soon. In one of our team meetings, he found out I had a podcast. So it's kind of been in the works since then. So hopefully have him on soon. That'd be big for us. So happy for Coach Spencer. Also happy for Coach Thorne, though. But that's all we got for the show. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, social medias at 6Man Blitz. Make sure to subscribe, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Like those videos, download, hit that plus button, give us 5-star rating. Check out our other segments on YouTube. I think that's it. Maybe an interview next week. Trying to get it in the works. Hopefully, get an interview next week. So hopefully you'll be back on that. We couldn't really get one this week because the boy was on vacation. So, hey, living large, man. Living large. So that's all we got. Hope you guys have a good weekend watching football. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.